Hey everyone, my name is Christopher, and I'm sitting down with Jesse Simoneaux, who's a missionary who's going to be serving overseas and on the mission field very, very soon. We're having a conversation about his life, his ministry, and some awesome things that are going on with him. But before we do, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Jesse, thanks so much for sitting down today.
Thank you for having me.
It's really good to be with you. Now, I've known you for quite some time, right? We've known each other for
Oof.
20 plus, 30 years?
30 years.
Yeah, you don't look that old.
No.
Some say that you are the Jared Leto of missionaries. There's just a good-looking guy who loves the Lord, good on the inside, good on the outside.
Wow.
I wish I had your ruggedly handsome good looks, but you know we're not all blessed. For those who don't know you, obviously know each other, for those who don't know you, tell the audience just a little bit about yourself.
My name's Jesse Simoneaux. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Berwick, Louisiana, in the southern region, and I serve right now locally at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Morgan City.
That's awesome. Now, I know that your salvation experience was I'll use the word radical, but share with us what it was like for you. Basically, where were you at? Maybe not all the details, but just where you're at in general and how God saved you.
Yeah, so I grew up in church, and that doesn't save you, going to church. And so through that, I started seeking the world, be one person on Sunday, another person during the week, and I found myself, by the time I was 23 years old, a drug addict. And so at that time, people were witnessing to me and sharing the love of Christ to me, and through that, I found Jesus Christ. And so July 9th, 2006, walked down the aisle at Emmanuel Baptist Church and was radically changed forever.
It's amazing. Now, you had a very strong pastor really pour into you during that season of your life, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, what was his name?
His name was Robbie Gallaty.
Now, if y'all don't know Robbie Gallaty, he is amazing. He's not only a prolific pastor, but he's a disciple maker, and he invested heavily into your life. Do you feel like discipleship made a huge impact on you?
100%. I am a product of Jesus Christ, first and foremost, but discipleship. You know, men spending intentional time with me to teach me tools that would prepare me for the way.
Now, Robbie's famous for saying, and I use this quote all the time, makes me look smart. He says, the gospel came to you because it was heading to someone else.
Correct.
Now, with that in mind, I know you've been taking for the last probably 10 plus years mission trips to another country. Tell us a bit about that. What was your first mission trip experience like?
So, got saved in 2006, and I would say a few years later, Robbie was then at Brainerd, and you get saved as a believer, and they say buy a passport, right? And so, because you don't know where God's sending you. So I did that, and I reached out to my brother because he was still pouring into me remotely a little bit, and he said, "Hey, we're going to a country. If you want to go, come with our church," because our church didn't really go foreign just yet. And so he opened a door for me, and I went with Brainerd Baptist Church to Imbarara, Uganda, and that would have been my first overseas mission trip, and man, was my life changed.
What was it like? Because I know culturally, I mean, when you go into the mission field for the very first time, it's different, right? So doing, evangelism and local missions is one thing, and we all need to do it, and obviously reach our neighborhoods first. But when you go to another country, another nation, what was that like for you the first time? What was the feeling? Was there a little bit of culture shock?
100% culture shock. Growing up in Morgan City or Berwick area, South Louisiana, the thought of not taking a car to church was something I never even dreamed or understood, or even just to school. And so to get in that country and all pack in a bus and drive 6 hours to a remote place where people would then walk for days to come hear the message preached on Sunday by a mission team that would come from the United States was humbling.
It is. It's amazing when you see what great lengths people will go to to hear the word.
Amen.
There's obviously a physical need, there's practical need certainly, but there's a deep spiritual need, and it's something about doing this Pauline work that you discovered a decade ago now that invigorates you.
Yes.
Did you come back a little different? Did you feel like your local outreach probably increased when you came back?
Yeah, 100%. I realized, man, why did I need to go all the way across the world to do that? And so, a friend of mine says, if you're not blooming where you planted, how could you expect God to send you somewhere else?
Right.
And so I had to begin to work that out.
Well, that's all we've got for this interview, but we're going to come back. We're going to have probably a part 2 and a part 3. But Jesse, thanks so much for sitting down today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now that's it for this episode. We're going to be back. We're going to be doing several parts to this to kind of break it up, but thanks for watching. If you want to learn more, visit the link in the description below to see how you can support Jesse and the work that he's doing overseas and locally. I'm Christopher. Thanks for watching.